What's up mga kabagang? Nandito na naman kami Saturday
Kabagang.
night.
Kabagang?
So,
Tama ba yung rinig ko? Kabagang.
bagang.
Tama.
Okay.
Kabagang.
So, it's Saturday night na naman and it's A8G Podcast. This is
Yan.
Alec, Errol here, and Darren Kun. So,
Darren Kun. What the heck?
so ngayong gabi, no, very excited ako, no? Full of energy. Kakatapos lang ng webinar kasi.
Oh, full of
Anyway.
energy ka kasi ikaw nag-suggest na itong topic na to eh.
Oo, walamang.
So, our topic for today is all about Isekai. So, ano ba yung Isekai? These are stories na, lumilipat sa ibang world yung character. At mainly, itong mga stories na to, or ay animes.
Anime genre. So to
anime
speak, ng
genre.
Isekai.
So, number one fan ng mga Isekai. Madalas akong manood ng mga Isekai.
Obviously, ikaw ang nag-suggest. So, fan ka nga.
So mahilig ka talaga?
Sometimes, 8 anime yung sinasubaybayan ko within a week or
Sabay-sabay.
Sabay-sabay yun. No? Ganun ka.
Ganun ka ka-addict.
Iba ng schedule yun,
syempre. Lahat yun, yung 8 na yun.
Hindi, may iba Isekai, may iba hindi.
Pero
pagka
may iba din na hindi na pwede pag-usapan.
Kasama siya sa listahan.
Yung ba yung may healer sa title?
Hindi, Boku no.
Ay, parang mas malala yun. Hindi ko kaya yun, Alec.
Ay, nako,
Hindi,
Alec
Boku no
talaga.
hero yun, syempre. Anyway, so, may guest tayo, no? Na in-invite para dito, no? Akala ko tayo lang magdadaldalan dito.
Meron ba? Yun nga naisip ko kasi parang sa'yo pa lang. Sa'yo pa lang, ubos na oras natin eh. Ubos na airtime natin eh.
Kasi kahit magkakasama tayo, yung pa rin na...
Huwag na tayo mag-guest. Oh. Anyway, mayroon tayong in-invite na guest, no? Dalawa, no? Dalawang weeaboo.
Weeaboo.
Or otaku for that matter, kung ano gusto niyo yung tawag. Dalawang geek on anime in general and not exclusively sa isekai but anime in general. And once again, disclaimer, just like nung previous natin at last week, no. These are my former students, pero legally
Wala kayo mag-guest.
Oo.
Baka next time gusto nyo magpa-guest, sabihin nyo lang sa amin.
Oo.
Yung mga nanonood dyan, yung mga subscriber natin sa YouTube.
Mga viewers, oo. So, syempre, before we introduce yung guest natin, no, na dalawa, don't forget to like, share, and follow our page, no, AHGTV. No, so ang content natin sa AHGTV is not limited to podcast, no. Marami pa tayong gagawing content in the future, no.
Yeah.
So, yan. So, sige, introduce ko na yung ating dalawang guests. So, yung dalawa nating guests are both from Cavite, no? And they are my former student, and then eventually naging friends ko because of Magic the Gathering, no? For those of you who doesn't know what Magic the Gathering is, it's a TCG or trading card game, no? So doon ko sila nakilala. I heard them playing doon sa campus grounds. And then parang I heard some familiar terms or words na ganito. Ang alam ko yung mga words na yon, sinasabi lang yon sa pag maglalaro ka nung MTG or ng Magic the Gathering. Paglabas ko ng office, nakita ko sila. So yun, it started there. Then yun, marami pa ako nakilala na. May mga naglalaro pala noon dun sa school na yun. And I was happy to meet them. And ngayon ay sila ay mga grade 12 if I'm not mistaken, no? This school year, legal of age, so to speak. Okay, our two guests are Carlo and Mitsu, no? Palakpakan natin sila, no? Carlo and Mitsu, what's up? Ayan, no?
What's up?
Sila. What's up? What's up, guys?
Yes, hello.
Ayan. So si Carlo is yung may eyeglass, si Mitsu yung isa yung nasa baba. Anyway, Carlo and Mitsu, binigyan ko na kayo ng introduction pero perhaps you can still introduce yourself. Sige, let's start with perhaps Carlo. Carlo, go ahead.
So hi, my name is Carlo. I am a weeb.
Talaga dineclare mo na, no? You claim the title.
I have to. With my anime knowledge, I think I deserve the title.
I see. So, ayan, Carlo. And Mitsu. Yes, what's up, Mitsu?
I am Mitsuru. I'm Japanese and I've conquered the Philippines before, so. And I mean, I'm not exactly a weeb. I'm more of an otaku than anything else, really.
What's the difference between the two, by the way? Weeb and otaku. Can you enlighten us with your eternal wisdom, Mitsu?
Eternal wisdom.
Send, ano?
Otaku,
Yeah, go.
By my understanding of terminologies and stuff, it's basically a person who just appreciates Japanese culture as well as anything related to Japanese. For a weeb, they integrate it into their life, basically. That is a foreigner outside of Japan.
So meaning otaku is like appreciation of Japanese culture in general. No, whereas
You're going to put it that way, then I'm not a weeb.
Hey man, if you say it's dakimasu every time you eat, or there's every after you eat, and then
No.
Okay, then that means you're not. And if you're not wearing a kimono or sandals inside your house, that's fine.
Ayan. So by the way, Mitsu is half Japanese. No, am I right, Mitsu? You're half Japanese.
Yes.
Yan, half Japanese. While Carlo has Chinese descent. Tama ba? Ayan.
I'll be warning you, his blood is gonna conquer this country. I guarantee you.
Yo.
Easy.
Don't spread hate here, no?
Chill.
Chill, man, chill. Ngayon, so
Okay.
in-invite ko sila, no, to talk about Isekai. No? Is it is it considered to be one of the worst anime because the plot lines are usually the same, or is it one of the best anime genre out there? But of course, we will not limit our conversation on that. Is it best or worse? We will not limit our talk on that, no? So, let's start. No? Are you ready? By the way, before we proceed dun sa actual nating conversation, no? Ano yung mga hobbies nyo? Carlo, what are your hobbies? Aside from being a weeb.
Well, I do play League of Legends. I do stream. I don't think I should plug that.
You can.
Pero
you
yeah,
can.
I do stream. I do stream on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Mikashi34 MIKASHI then 34.
Okay.
I usually stream Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. GMT plus 8.
What is your rank in League?
I'd rather not talk about that.
Is it classified? Classified ba yan?
I mean, since people are gonna watch my stream, I think it's better for them to find them out themselves.
Are we friends in League?
I don't think so, sir.
Okay. Okay lang yan.
What else?
Aside
I
from
do.
League, ano pa yung nalaro mo?
I play Valorant sometimes, and
Okay.
I do build Gundams.
Gunpla.
Oh, Gunpla.
Can you show us your collection? Nandiyan ba
I
yung
can't.
collection?
I don't wanna touch it.
Okay. Hindi, yung camera. You move the camera.
No. I'm on my laptop, sir.
I see. Okay, sige. My bad. Okay. Aside from playing video games, Valo, League, ano pa?
I do. I guess you could say a dance. I'm not sure if you consider it a dance because it's
Yes,
mostly done in Japan.
What is the name of that dance?
It's called otage. Meaning a Japanese idol fan, and then gay actually means art. So it's like
yes.
it's like otaku art.
Alec and Dan, ito yung pag may concert yung mga idols, yung may light
Yeah,
scheme.
that's right.
Ganun sila. Yung in synchrony, ganyan. So, si Carlo into that kind of art form.
Mga fan
That's
yan, di ba?
how, yun yung level ng pagiging
sa
weeb
mga
niya. Yeah.
idols.
Yeah.
Mga ganyan idols.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Carlo. How about you, Mitsu?
Hobbies wise,
Yeah.
I have a lot of hobbies to say the least. Like some, like it depends on the mood really. So like sometimes I play games, any type of game, but I prefer strategy games. Things that
Like?
make me think.
I see.
Like pretty much any RTS. Like,
Really?
but I mostly want to play or had played before EU4 before or Europea Universalis 4. And
okay.
I tried my best to play the Kingdom of Tondo in that game in order to conquer. Funny, really. Like, imagine us the Philippines conquering China in other hobbies wise. I draw, I write, I sing,
Wow.
I exercise, and I practice pretty much any type of combat art that I just find fascinating.
Like?
Yeah. Like, for instance, we have like karate, taekwondo, aikido, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but I have no one here to grapple with, so so it's just in my head, the jiu-jitsu part. What else? Muay Thai. Muay Thai is pretty easy, to be honest, and it's also the one thing that I practice the most, as well as Kali, Eskrima, Arnis as well.
Like,
that's good.
As well as historical European martial arts as well. And some Japanese swordsmanship. So yeah.
I see. Di ba, Alec, naging Arnis instructor ka before? Tama ba? Tama ba? Ikaw ba yun?
Part-time.
Oo.
Talaga?
Tama ba? Yung nasa, ka? Sa PW kayo.
Legit?
Alec was
PE.
a Arnis instructor. I don't know up to what level or depth yung mastery niya ng Arnis.
Basic lang. It's more of the basic of that.
So we have pala dito, martial art gurus and masters, no?
Hindi ko masabing masters ako.
Master ka, you're a sensei kasi you teach the art, no? Instructor ka na. You're basically a master. Okay, sige.
Okay.
Let's start, no? Okay, anong first question natin, Alec? By the way, yung question natin dito applies to everyone, not only to our guests but to everyone. No? So yun. So, Isekai, is it a good anime or the worst anime genre or anything about Isekai? Go, Alec.
Well, for the first question, it's all about what anime or what Isekai anime started your interest to watch in Isekai?
What led you into to watch Isekai type of anime or enjoy it for that matter?
Okay.
Carlo, you can start.
Personally, I don't think there's a reason why I enjoy isekai anime. I mean, kasi for me, as long as it's like action, fantasy, or sci-fi, as long as it's in the lines of shonen, and there's like a certain something to it, I think I'll enjoy it. And there's no exact reason why I like isekai.
So you're really into anime, parang ganon. To put it simply.
Not really. Actually, I have like a handful of anime that I only watch.
Okay.
So is there a specific genre of anime na ito lang yung pinapanood mo?
Mostly
Aside from isekai and shonen.
Wala.
Wala na, yun lang, dalawa lang talaga.
There's
there's slice of life.
A hint of slice of life. A hint.
Slice
Of
life.
course, aside from that anime genre that starts with letter H, no, we all know that.
Which one? There's two.
Two?
Okay.
The other one, the more mature one.
The more
Alright.
mature one.
Alright.
How about you, Mitsu?
What brought me to like the isekai genre
Mm.
was basically Yojo Senki, which was basically the story about, in summary, is like some guy gets pushed into a train, dies there, and some god decided to, hey, you know what? Since you're an
Tanya.
atheist and you hate God, and don't believe in God, I'm gonna send you to this world, which is basically starting their first world war with
Yeah.
magic.
This is
Ah, yeah.
Saga of Tanya the
I was
Evil,
like,
right?
that's pretty interesting. But,
Ah.
yeah, yeah. Like the premise itself was very interesting because you're going to another world, okay? But it's not always going to be medieval themes. There's going to be different themes, of course. Like Yujosenki, which theme was 20th century or early 20th century. And that brought me into like the isekai genre because I found that very fascinating where there's like an alternate universe or alternate worlds similar to us but with different history. And as a history freak like myself, I like the concept that isekais have in general, but sometimes the delivery in those concepts it can be bare. it's what I think.
I see. Ikaw Darren, anong anime or anong isekai anime ang nag-ano sa'yo?
Ako
Nag-capture sa'yo?
currently kasi kakatapos ko lang ng Overlord, which is yung pinag-usapan nga natin kanina. Pero pinaka-ano ko talaga is siguro yung reincarnation of, ano yung pangalan nun? Yung
Slime?
Yung slime.
That
parang-
time I reincarnate to sa slime.
Kasi alam mo yun, from slime, parang, as we all know, slime parang boring in Ragnarok. Is yun yung
Mahina.
pinakamahina.
Weakest.
Weakest.
So, doon makikita mo doon kung paano siya nag-grow bilang isang lord or demon lord. So, yun yung ano doon.
By the way, season 3 na siya ngayon.
Yes. 3 ba?
Continuation lang pala ng season. Oo.
So, yun.
Ako naman, yung isekai ko, more on, I've been watching isekai before without it realizing na isekai yung genre niya. No? Kasi parang I believe recently lang na sensationalize or na popularize yung term na isekai. No? Pero before, napanood ko na yung Fushigi Yugi, which is an isekai kasi the one of the protagonists, the female protagonist, si
Miyaka.
no, schoolgirl, typical schoolgirl na transport na punta sa parang ancient Japan or China something na world, no. Ano pa ibang isekai na anime? Digimon is also an isekai themed anime. Spirited Away, no, yung Studio Ghibli. Isekai din 'yon. Magic Knight Ray Earth. So parang these are old animes, no, na nung bata tayo when we were like in elementary or high school. We enjoyed this show without us realizing na isekai, there's a genre in anime called isekai. But among the isekai themed animes, I really do enjoy yung Overlord, no? Because it's, it's funny. Megalo yung character, no? So I can connect, no? I can relate sa character na yon. So I enjoy watching Overlord. I also do enjoy yung Saga of Tanya the Evil, the one that Mitsu shared earlier, no? I also enjoyed that anime. So yun, those two perhaps, yung Overlord and Tanya. Okay? Ikaw, Alec, how about you?
Ako, I have followed so many isekai. I can mention so many. Pero what started me is actually Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online. But eventually, kasi parang nasawa ako dun sa concept na yung protagonist is parang OP or talagang masyadong malakas. I started to like watching yung mga revenge anime na isekai, like Rising of the Shield Hero, tsaka yung Ariforeta, yan. Maganda yan na
Too bad
anime.
hindi isekai yung isang revenge anime na sikat ngayon.
Masasabi niyo mo. Kaya,
Hindi siya isekai, di ba?
Ano
It's not isekai, no?
nakakagigil. Oo, hindi
Oh.
isekai yan.
But it's
Pero nakakagigil eh. Parang
but it's a revenge story, di ba?
Well,
revenge
it's
story.
more of like time travel, I guess you could say.
Pero
time travel.
Pero hindi siya na-transport sa different world. Kumbaga,
Yeah.
same world. pa rin.
Same world pa din.
Different time lang. Same world, different time.
Ayun.
To be completely honest, that anime, the reason, the revenge one, is actually very tame compared to the other revenge anime mangas out there
Yeah.
that I've read before that haven't yet got an anime.
Pero yun yan, para kasing, it's more of the isekai yung mas na, sa akin parang, lured me out dun watching. And then eventually, na-realize, revenge anime pala to. Then eventually yun yan, na-realize, okay pala yun, yung mga revenge anime. Ayun.
So, since we're in the topic ng isekai, no, among those mga isekai anime that we've shared, no, which one, if given, let's say, the chance or opportunity to be in that particular world or universe, which among those worlds, no, do you want to explore? Alec, ikaw, ano doon sa mga mundo na, if let's say we are not limited to the isekai world, any anime would do, no?
Okay.
Perhaps let's say Naruto, you want to be in Naruto. And then let's say you want, for example, to be in the world of Naruto. What would be your character in there, no? Are you a common folk? Are you part of the ninja? What nation or what? Things like that, no? And then third is that why? What is the reason behind that? So which world? And then anong role mo sa world na yon, and then why? Ikaw, Alec, ikaw una. Anong sa palagay mo? Since ikaw ang pinaka-fan dito ng isekai.
Ako siguro, yung all-time favorite ko, Pokemon. If I'll be in Pokemon, I'll be a gym leader na concentrated sa poison Pokemon. So, mahilig kasi ako sa
Cancer ka kasi.
sa poison Pokemon. Toxic. Ganyan. Why? Kasi parang doon sa na yon, hindi walang war, walang It's more of battling lang, combat.
Walang war, but there's animal cruelty.
Oo.
Yun lang, oo. Pero
That's animal cruelty.
Ang tanong naman, animal ba sila considered? Parang hindi naman din sila considered.
It's worse, no? It's like you battle with sentient beings.
Oo.
But
Anyway.
kinalala mo lang.
So yun nga, ang pinaka nagustuhan ko nga lang doon is more of the hindi siya hindi heavy yung kwento. I mean, easily digested, madaling maintindihan, madaling mabuhay, parang gano'n.
Oh, because it was designed for kids kasi, no?
Yun nga. So yun lang yung ko. Kasi parang other animes, parang you always think na baka bukas makalawa, you'll be dead, or something will happen to you. This one, yung chill lang. Gym leader.
Nag-aabang ka lang nakaganon ka lang.
Here comes a new challenger. My gym.
Ikaw, Darren, sa palagay mo, ikaw, how about you, Darren?
Nung siguro parang pinaka ko lang talaga is simple lang, yung Gundam. gusto ko lang makasakay, ganun. Gusto ko
Gundam.
Oo, sa suit mismo, sa Gundam mobile suit mismo. Pero
mas papasabugin ka namin.
yung experience lang siguro na makasakay sa isang Gundam
mobile suit.
Mobile suit.
Alam mo yun, parang
achievement
na yung since bata ka nung napapanood mo na siya before. So, alam mo yun. Then, isa pa is siguro parang katulad din kay Alec, Pokemon or Digimon na parang kasi Digimon is parang nag-popularize siya nung nagkaroon ng tawag dito? Yung
Ah,
parang
Switch.
Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi.
Basta parang
Yeah,
ganun
Virtual
ang
pet. Virtual pet. Digital
parang
pet.
ganun. So, dun siya na ano. So, parang yung pet na pwede mong maging pet tapos at the same time pwede mo siyang ilaban or panakot kung kani-kanino.
So, animal cruelty ulit.
At least organized.
Oh, parang yun parang sindikato, organized crime
organized
versus...
sabong. Organized sabong.
Oh. Nabanggit mo Gundam, no? Di ba marami ng ng Gundam. Which Gundam universe?
Any
Kaya?
Gundam universe siguro. Pero pinaka kasi sa akin, pinaka tumatak is yung Gundam Wing ba yun?
Wing.
Yung unang-una.
No?
Or kung di ako nagkakamali, unang-una ba yun?
Hindi yun ang unang-una.
Hindi
Yung
una, hindi
unang
yun una.
Gundam is yung unang Gundam is yung RX-78-2.
Ayun,
RX-78.
yun pala. Tapos
Yeah.
yung
Yung malaking shield na
Gundam
pula.
Wing talaga.
Akala ko Gundam G, yung may mga shining finger.
Yun ang
Ayun,
naging sport yun yung
Yung
concept ng Gundam
battle
G.
type.
Yung
Parang
universe na
battle
nandun
bots.
sila Hero yung iba pangalan nun.
Nga, Gundam Wing nga eh.
Ayun, basta.
Gundam
ayun.
Wing.
So, kasi
Kung
yun
siguro
yung
sa-
tumatak eh. Yun yung tumatak
Siguro
sa
kung
akin.
ako, kung Gundam 00. Doon ako. Sa Gundam 00.
Alam ko na kung bakit.
Iba yun nasa isip mo, Alex. Iba yun.
Ayaw ba yan?
Gundam 00 yung may alien.
Ah,
Anyway, for me naman, ako...
Tsaka recently, di ba may Gundam na
yung
nandun yung
Oh,
Davao?
Hathaway ba?
Yeah.
Gundam Hata. Hindi ko pa siya napapanood.
Based dito.
weird
Ayun,
no? Pero
ayun.
okay yun.
Na ano
Anyway.
ko lang, share ko lang.
Anyway, sa akin naman, dalawa din. The first one is yung Full Metal Alchemist. Yung world ng Full Metal Alchemist. Kasi gusto ko maging alchemist. Di ba? So, di ba? Magka-transmute ko. No? So, tuwa ako doon. The other one is Bleach. Yung world ng Bleach. Gusto kong maging Shinigami. Gusto kong palitan yung Zero Division. Ang hihina nila. Ang weak nila.
Sisigaw si Sir ng bangkay.
Minus one, minus one division na kayo. Minus one division.
Negative
one.
Na-envision ko. Actually, may sinulat na ako niyan eh.
Grabe
Ako ang Warden Shinigami. No? Parang Warden. Ang bangkay ko is pag inactivate ko, walang bangkay na mag-activate.
OP naman.
Hindi, yun na yung bangkay ko. That's the bangkay itself. Walang bangkay ang pwedeng mag-activate. Diba? Kasi nga,
So,
Warden ako. Disable.
like,
Nagdi-disable. Tapos ang Shikai ko naman, let me be a weeb in this moment. Ang Shikai ko naman, pag nag-clash tayo ng sword, natamaan ko yung sword mo, hindi ka magiging vanilla lang yung sword mo. Vanilla sword. It's just a sword. Walang skills. Parang gano'n. Yun lang. Simple lang yung call. Pero pinag-isipan ko yun.
Nag-isipan mo talaga yan. Sinulat mo yan, ha?
Sinulat ko talaga yan. Most of the time, nag-contemplate ako whenever tinatawag ako ng nature, number 2. Call of nature, number 2. I have my notes. Sulat ko yan. Okay. I want to become a Shinigami. What type of
Aaron
Shinigami?
Asparachi, oh my god.
Ayan. By the way, ang favorite characters ko sa Bleach, pangalan nito. Favorite pero nakalimutan. Sino to? Yung scientist, researcher na, tip of the tongue.
Yung may hat, sir? O yung may sombreros ba? O
yung the one with the caterpillar bangkay. Yung
Mayuri.
Mayuri.
Yung niya, yung Zanpakuto niya is in his
Yung
crotch.
may ganon.
Yung nasa crotch niya yung Zanpakuto niya. Anyway, but diba? Sabi ko sa'yo sineryoso ko yan. Talagang inano ko yan. Pinag-aralan ko yan.
Kung sa Full Metal Alchemist, what will be your role there?
May tawag na ako sa sarili ko. I'm the Fortress Alchemist. Sabi ko sa'yo. Fortress Alchemist, no? Magkakas ako ng zone of negation. Walang alchemy.
Negated lahat ng
doon sa zone of negation hindi, pag may alchemy kang kinas, pagpasok sa zone of negation, madidisintegrate. Actually, same concept nung sa
lahat
Shinigami ko.
nullification.
Ganun ako.
Walking EMP?
Yeah, something parang ganon.
Wow.
Kaya Fortress Alchemist. Walang alchemy ang pwedeng umano sa akin. Ganon ang concept. Anyway, on a lighter note, kung gusto kong chill lang yung parang I don't care, yung World of Konosuba. Adventure type lang, no? Adventure, have fun, steal some underwear, na joke.
Yun talaga yun.
Di ba the male protagonist, di ba? Steal, ang ini-steal na underwear. Pero no, iba. Ibang ayoko ng thief. Siguro perhaps katulad ni sino yun yung one time Megumi yung
si Megumi.
explosion, no? Yeah. Yun lang, ang haba ng
So ano ka sir, Crimson Wizard ka?
Siguro different element, perhaps earth element. Alam yan ni Alec. I like earth.
Earth.
How about you guys, Carlo and Mitsu? If given the chance, no? Carlo, you go ahead.
Okay, sir. Sir, actually, only recently, I have found my all-time favorite anime.
And that is?
It's called World Trigger.
World Trigger.
Nako, hahanap ni Alec yan.
At first, it was drawn a manga back in 2013, I believe. Tapos 2014, it was animated. And recently I found it kasi I was bored, quarantine got me bored. So at first, I thought na it would be like, typical shonen anime. Well, actually it's sci-fi, action, cool. I guess you could say isekai kasi there's like they're going to visit different alien worlds in the incoming plot. But as of now, they're not yet doing that kasi they're still, I guess you could say, in training.
Is this a new anime or matagal na?
Matagal na to.
2014. Season 1 lasted 2014 to 2017.
Okay.
And then season 2 came out nung January and season 3 is coming out this October.
I see.
And recently I finished the manga. I'm waiting for the next chapter. Kasi it's still ongoing eh. So I'm waiting for the next chapter and waiting for the next season at the same time. And ayun nga, it's sci-fi, school, action, some sort of isekai, I guess you could say, and strategy. Like if you're going to look at anong book yan? Art of War. If you're going to look at Art of War by Sun Tzu, you basically take that into the modern world with a little bit more technology, and it's basically that there's no power of friendship this and then they get a power up. It's more of like, what can we do, what strategy do we have to use in order to win this in this situation, what do we do in this situation. It's just perfection, like.
So in short, you're a warmonger.
I guess you could say that. Pero yeah, if you're going to ask me what world, I would go to the world of World Trigger. Kasi there's this organization called Border. They protect the world from different alien visitors because let's say Earth, like solar system. So Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, whatever, blah 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 blah. So like let's say Earth is our Earth, right? And now Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, those are different universes. Wherein in those universes, there are alien races that are trying to collect these things called Trion, which is parang life energy, I guess you could say. But it's not really life energy. You can get, if you don't have Trion, then you're just a normal person. If you have Trion, there are things that you can do that a normal person can't do. So, ayun nga, if I were to be in a universe, I would be in the world of World Trigger. And I would be an agent. I would be a border agent. Because there are also different classes. There's like C, B, and A. And then S class. S class is if you have a black trigger. I'm not gonna go into the lore. But yeah, I would be a...
What's your role though?
I would be a C rank agent. Why C rank? C rank is trainees. I don't want to be transported there instantly and I'm a B rank or an A rank already. I want to start from the bottom. So I would be a C rank agent and work my way up to the top, form a squad, and possibly make the away squad, which is yung
Oh,
away squad. They're tasked to go to the different universes, or they
Reverse.
should, or as they call it in the anime and manga, the neighbor world. But there are different neighbor worlds. There's Автокраtor, Tropoi, there's also Radonacor, basically, yeah, there's those worlds.
so basically, these agents are quite similar in terms of function and responsibility with the agents in, let's say, Loki, yung from TVA, parang like that.
I guess you could say that.
Oh, 'di ba in Loki, the
Protecting the
current
sacred time.
parang they go to the different timelines. Sa doon naman sa anime na 'yon, they go into the different worlds, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's cool, no?
Parang
Actually, yeah,
ano,
yeah.
time quest.
Tapos,
Parang space police.
tapos,
Oo nga, parang ganun.
additional info. I would not just be, since rank agent ako, there are also different triggers. There are sniper triggers, there are shooter triggers, gunners, and attackers. I would I would be an attacker using Scorpion. Yeah, I would be an attacker using Scorpion. There are 2 attacker triggers actually. I know, 3. There's the Ray Gust. A Ray Gust is you can transform it from a blade into a shield at the same time. There's the Kogetsu, which is I guess you could say a katana. And then there's the Scorpion, wherein you don't have any handles. You can just like pop out a blade from your arm or from your foot. Let's say your foot gets chopped off. While you're in your Trion body, your physical body does not get hurt. So if your leg gets chopped off, you're just going to lose Trion. And with that chopped off leg, you can seal it off if you're a Scorpion user. So I would use the Scorpion instead of like Kogetsu or like a Regas.
I see. Oh, interesting, no? Parang,
And here's
what's the
here's,
title again?
World
World Trigger.
World Trigger.
Ah.
Nako, titignan niya ni Alec, no? Tapos i-binge watch.
Actually, I'm
ni
looking
Alec
it right now. Nasa
Actually,
listahan ko na
season
siya.
1. Season 1 has 73 episodes.
I see.
Oh.
How about you, Mitsu? Mitsu, how about you?
Oo, ano.
Dami, oo nga, nakita ko nga eh.
I have a few ideas coming in mind, but like all those ideas, I just want to be the villain. I just want to be the enemy to the protagonist.
Which world? Which
So, like,
world or which
for instance,
universe?
Like let's say My Hero Academia, okay? So my quirk is basically like I can enhance the quirk of others by 5 times the power output. Okay? So I would join the League of Villains, okay? And, like, I forgot who the main antagonist is. Like, is it Tokumura, the guy with a hand
I
on
don't
his
know.
face?
I don't really
It's like I
watch
kind of forgot his
Boku no Hero.
name. But like, if I
Alec, di ba you watch it?
enhance his quirk,
Yeah.
Hero Academia.
like if I enhance his quirk even more, he can
Mitsuru, you're
Red-
kind of cutting off.
theoretically
Yeah.
destroy all
You're laggy, Mitsu.
Japan.
Can you
with a single shot.
Mitsuru, you're lagging.
can you find a better spot, Mitsu? You're kind of
So
lagging.
like,
Okay.
Ayan, we'll get
so yeah,
back to
basically
Mitsu.
my quirk
Ayan.
would basically be enhancing other quirks. Which is-
Enhancing other quirks.
Basically a support thing. Oh fuck! All right.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh. All right. I'm gonna switch location. All right.
Ayan.
How about now?
Yeah, it's
Mila,
better.
didn't hear me now? Am I clear?
Yeah, better. Yeah, better.
Cool.
Better. Go ahead, continue.
Very
You were sharing
Okay.
earlier, Mitsu, na you're the
Okay.
villain, and then
So
your power is basically a support type. You enhance other people's quirk.
yeah. So basically, my idea here is that I enhance the other abilities of the main antagonist to make the main protagonist's life even harder.
Mhm.
And like I will be in like major scenes in where attacks of like villains will happen, like occur, and like the reason why the villains get stronger and stronger is because I'm there, and I'm the
Ah,
reason why the main protagonist is like having a hard time. Eventually, okay, if the story progresses as it should, like Deku, the main protagonist, will be like powering up even more. So essentially, I may be the antagonist, but I'm also feeding more character to the main protagonist.
so you're like a
So
support
like I mean,
villain,
like imagining
supporting
the
villain.
like he eventually, yeah.
Actually, there was a
Yeah, so
character
like I'm
then.
just gonna be in the background watching all
Uh,
of this.
there was a character before then, para siyang bata na babae. I forgot
Yeah.
the name of that character. And that's her quirk to exponentially increase the quirks of other ano. So that's why she's actually a vital support character to anyone, whether for the villains and for the hero. I'm looking for
Yeah,
the
but
name of that girl. Eh. Yeah, the one with the
like
horn.
Emmy, which is the
The one
little
with the
but yeah, like
horn.
Emmy.
Yeah, Emmy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Emmy. Yeah. That's
Yeah, but like
the girl
Emmy's
who has
quirk, if
that kind
I
of
remember
quirk.
correctly, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, but like Emmy's quirk, if I remember correctly, is like if she wishes for something to happen to that person, that will happen if act into that person.
It's like a
In my
curse.
own understanding on how her quirk works, it's like it's so complicated. It kind not exactly. It's like immediate. Like the effects are just immediate, but it's just a very interesting quirk in for Emmy. But mine is not. Mine has a limit, which is basically just 5 times. Unlike Emmy, which is like until her horn goes away, basically it's like infinite, essentially.
I
So
mm.
yeah, basically I'm just gonna be in the background of like the antagonist like store side and just support all the major antagonists in the story until like the great battle between the main protagonist, the main antagonist in the story, eventually, which will probably be like in what 2 3 years, give or take.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually
So
nice,
yeah,
no?
that would
Parang
basically be
you're a villain, and yet your role is kind of parang behind the scenes or in the
Passive.
background, passive villain.
yeah, yeah,
I like
but
that. I like
all
that
right,
concept.
it's like even though that my skills or my quirk may not be very vital, it's still a very good quirk to have because
Yeah.
well, I'm just increasing the power of like everyone, just making them more stronger eventually.
Yeah. Correct.
And like
That's correct.
the other world that I'm thinking of is basically just like um just hold on, what's the world again? Oh yeah, Yoja Senki, I guess. Because I like the idea of going to like a world war and be like a mage over there. Like,
Tanya. The world of
yeah,
Tanya.
like I don't want to be like fighting Tanya. Heck no, I'm gonna die.
You will
So like
definitely.
I'm gonna go like if possible, like I imagine this character like just an experimented version of Tanya, where the Empire is like trying to replicate a Tanya version by like create like adopting like a bunch of orphans and like experimenting, increasing their magical powers to the upnose ability, and eventually like my character is like one promising test subject amongst like 100 subjects who just die because they cannot handle the magical energy, and so I would basically be so I imagine it like this is second ace of the empire that is just hidden behind the scenes, so that when the time is right, where I'm just gonna be sabotaging in the back lines of the enemies of the empire, while Tanya is in the front lines trying to push back any attacks done
So
to the empire. So
so your
it's
role is
basically
like a
like two
saboteur.
aces in one empire.
Saboteur.
Yeah, where I basically focus on sabotaging the industry and the economy might of the enemy of the empire, But since in the story, in the novel, the empire falls. So maybe at some point my character will be captured by the enemy because I'm like behind the front lines. So I'm in enemy lines essentially. So basically, my character will probably get captured and probably be like killed or either just like other mind control bullcrap or something.
So
But
you're like
anything
you want to be like a world ender or something.
not exactly a world ender. Like I would be as strong as Tanya since I'm like an experimented version of a Tanya. Okay, but and since I don't have like being X supporting me, not yet, not yet. Who knows? But like being X is like his whole thing. It's like we just want to make Tanya's life harder. So we're gonna overpower her enemies so that it's more fun for us essentially. So I highly doubt I would have the same magical output as Tanya, but it would still be high amongst the ranks in the mage core of the empire. But like I envision myself just getting captured or getting killed by the enemy, and like
I
I
see.
would, yeah,
So parang you really work on the plot, ha? Of your
yeah.
character.
Like, I have this entire history in my
Very,
head. Like,
very
I,
invested sa
I
plot.
like that, no? You've invested a lot in your character development. Oh, what is our next question, Alec?
Darren,
Si
give us
Darren,
a
Darren,
question,
go.
Darren.
Anong next question natin?
More or less natanong na ni Aaron yun kanina eh. Kasi, yun nga, if given a chance, anong story yung, or anime, yung, will you choose or select, and your role? Let me check. Siguro ito, what isekai situation yung trip nyo ba? Like, you can go back to you can
The
go back to
reality,
the
parang-
reality or start a new life or chance
In
to
that
go
new
back
world.
anytime or and why?
Or
So parang we have three options. Stay in that new world, go back to our world, or have the chance to go back and forth. Parang
Yep.
gano'n.
tapos yung isa naman, parang you have a quest for you to go back to the reality, parang
May
ganun.
goal.
There's a
Oo,
Mission.
there's a quest.
may quest. Quest for you to.
There's a requirement for you to go back. Parang gano'n. Ayun, kayo. Would you stay in that new world or do this quest to return to the old world or have the chance na to go back and forth? No? There would be time na you want to return here and then go back there.
Parang sort of online, ganun.
Yeah,
They can
or
go
stay
back
there
and
for good.
Okay, this situation is basically world trigger, so I would stay.
Ayun.
It's basically world trigger in a nutshell. So
You would stay in that
you would stay.
world.
I would say kasi I could go back and forth. I need to do something before I could back to the home world. Yep, definitely world trigger.
Okay. How about you, Mitsu?
like I'm basically gonna be in either My Hero Academia world, which I'm still gonna be like captured by the police and be sent to prison eventually, or be reformed and become a hero sidekick. Who knows? Or go to like Saga or like Yojo Senki's world and be captured and killed. So no, either way, I'm gonna get captured.
So you want to be captured and stay there in that world.
Hey, the thing here is exciting, okay? There's excitement going on. There's like thrill and adventure. Like if I were to choose whether to stay in a world where there's like adventure and excitement or stay in my home doing nothing, I would definitely go for the adventure.
Most
Adventure
likely,
pack.
given with our situation right now, no, it's pandemic, you cannot go outside, explore, no? Parang you really want to go out and, do some adventure. How about you, Darren? Anong gusto mo doon? Sa tatlong
Ako
option?
siguro yung chance to go back and forth sa reality tsaka sa digital or
Sa
alternate world.
Isekai, the other world.
Parang Sword Art. Siyempre, in this world na panay stress or alam mo, tulad ngayon, pandemic. So, syempre,
Escape. You need to escape.
parang escape, So, yun.
Ako naman, yes. I would also go back and forth with the intention of to become rich. No, I will get the
Resources.
resources in that new world and then transport it back here, sell it, become rich here, and then go back to relax there, do adventure and stuff.
It's actually smart because you will be the only source of.
Yeah, I can monopolize that resources, no. So
But
I'll
like,
be
wouldn't
rich.
like people be suspicious of where these resources are coming from, especially like governments and stuff?
Hey,
So when they be like,
you will have the information.
I have the
The
information.
government will
I
buy
can
from
even
you.
yes, correct. I can even sell that information. No?
See,
but they won't be able to
Anyway,
use it.
yeah.
since
Anyway,
you're the only one that has it, so
yeah.
they can't kill you because if they kill you, then they won't be able to get that material anymore.
Correct. So parang gano'n yung sa akin, no. I want to return to that new world to enjoy, do adventure, relax and stuff, no. Go wild and go back here to, face some reality because it's also good to be grounded to reality, no. Balance things out. How about you, Alec?
When I was actually
Parang yung tawa mo, Alec, parang alam ko na yung sagot, ah.
well, actually, when I was experiencing depression back then, and I started watching. Actually, when I started watching anime, medyo na-relieve ako from that very depressive mood. So yun nga, nasaktuhan na when I watched anime na isekai. So parang I wish na sana I just
Nandun ka na lang.
start another life, parang
New
ganun.
life,
Baka
correct.
this time it would be a better one because I know my mistakes, I know things. Pero yun nga, parang it's not healthy to wish for that. So that's why eventually when I watched other isekai isekai animes, I realized na okay, it's better na you have pa rin, still grounded. Tama yung sinabi ni Errol, still grounded with the reality. There will be wishful thinking that you wanted to stay there for good, but no, this is reality. This is something that you need also to accept. Of course, that's part of being a mature one, no? To accept the responsibilities that entails, no, here in the reality, of course.
How about
So,
Alec,
yun.
pagka yung isekai is may overlap siya ng harem genta?
Hoy, di na babalik yan, Alec. May
Wala
harem.
na.
Next question.
Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye,
Goodbye,
world.
world. I'll be staying here for good.
Haba na sinabi mo na wala lang.
Parang kalokohan. If it's harem, I'll stay here for good.
Okay, kayo ba? Given to that situation, anong gusto nyo?
I still go back.
Oo, back and forth pa rin ako. Kahit ako.
Back and forth would be nice. Kasi sabihin natin here, I mean, the thought is bad na dito may asawa ka, may pamilya ka, tapos babalik ka lang doon para lang.
Ano, Alec?
For your
Alec?
mistress, what the F? May mistress ka sa other world.
But you have to be like,
Hey, pero the thing there is,
attachments, man.
the thing there is, hindi ka mahuhuli.
Yeah, correct.
Are you infidelis with me? No.
Pero ako, perhaps I'll just be friends with them. No? Friends.
Friends. With
With
benefits.
benefits.
The benefits.
The joke lang. Friends, perhaps friends. Ayun.
Yeah.
Siguro, a follow-up question. No? Follow-up question doon. Since we've been talking a lot about isekai. Among the bunch of isekai animes you've watched, no, which I'm sure you can easily answer this question, no, which among them is your best pick, no? Is it the same with the world na you want to go into, or it's different when it comes to isekai anime shows? Perhaps top 3 isekai anime na gusto nyong i-ano?
Recommend to our viewers.
someone na new to the genre. What isekai anime can you recommend, perhaps?
Konosuba for one. Kasi
Okay,
Konosuba is
Konosuba.
beginner friendly eh.
Yeah,
If
I
you're
agree.
going to
yeah,
look at it, it's very beginner friendly. Like the characters are really exciting. Like the adventures they go on to, it's like fun.
Mm.
Tapos like it's a funny, enjoyable anime if you're going to keep it into simple words.
The other one,
Let's go if we're going to talk about something like Konosuba again. I'd say redo. I'm kidding.
What? Come again?
come again.
That's
I heard
okay.
you right.
I'm kidding.
But it's not isekai, right? No, it's not isekai.
Oo nga. It's a revenge.
No, I'm kidding. I'd say Rising of Shield Hero. It's basically
Rise of the Shield.
Konosuba but more mature.
More serious.
Yeah, and more
More
serious.
serious.
Like it's technically Konosuba as well, but in a more serious matter. Since I don't really count World Trigger as an isekai, like a traditional isekai, for third I would say From World's Weakest to World's Strongest. If
Okay.
speakers are familiar with that.
Arifreta, okay.
Yeah, Arifureta.
Arifureta, yeah. Maganda yun.
Kasi it's basically like the combination of both Konosuba and
Yeah.
Shield Hero.
Ah.
So
Nice.
I guess
Arifureta.
yeah, those three. So like for beginner, Konosuba, and then like a little bit of level up, I'd say Shield Hero, and then
Revenge Super
Arifureta.
Revenge Arifureta.
I see. How about you, Darren? What isekai will you recommend?
Ano
Top
ba?
3, if not top 1, top 2, basta ano.
Ako kasi sobrang nahook ako nung pinapanood ko yung Reincarnation of a Slime ba yun? Apang pangalan nun ulit.
That time I reckon.
The time at Get Reincarnation sa Slime. Kasi may ano din siya slice of life din siya. Shonen, tapos comedy. Parang, ewan ko, for me parang all-in-one siya na parang from the weakest, tapos makikita mo yung kung paano siya nag-grow, nagle-level up, kung paano siya gather ng mga kasama, mga allies, and how he or she or it can build buong country or buong yun. Ganun lang. Parang from ano kasi siya, parang from ano ba siya before? Parang from regular salaryman yata siya, kung hindi ako nagkakamali. Tapos nasaksak siya. Then pagka dilat niya,
protecting yung niya, kuhay niya na may jowa.
So
Yan.
parang after na stab siya, parang he just woke up na in a fantasy world na ang katapat niya is isang dragon, kung di ako nagkakamali.
Tama
Basta
na
yun. Then,
Beldora.
doon nag-start lahat ng journey and adventures niya. So, yun.
Ayun, no. Ako naman, for me, for starters, siguro I would recommend Overlord. No? Kasi parang...
Overworld
Starters?
Okay.
Starters, yes!
Starters na talaga yun.
Talaga ba?
Welcome to the near world, motherfucker!
We have Death Knights swarming to the kingdom.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The weirdness
undead
of
horde.
the weirdness of anime is already there, no? Parang you want a new world? You want to live in a new world? Ito, Overlord. For starters, no? And then if you want something in between, deep and at the same time still enjoyable, perhaps Spirited Away. No? That would be a good
Ghibli classic.
Studio Ghibli, yes. And for a more darker tone, perhaps yung Saga of Tanya the Evil. No? So, kasi it's kind of dark, no? And you need a lot of comprehension because it talks about religion, it talks about faith, it talks about war, no, brutality, the involvement and history, which I also like, no. So parang you need to, parang if you want a deeper dive into isekai, Tanya would be the third recommendation for me. How about you, Mitsu?
I have a few things in mind. One would be like Grimgore Fantasy of Ash. It's a
Grimgore.
yeah,
Grimgard.
yeah, Grimgore Fantasy of Ash because there's still that reality in that situation. You're not like some overpowered dude who like can 1v10 goblins or 1v100 entire army. No, you're like some regular person transported in another world. You don't know how to fight, and so you learn how to fight. You train yourself to be better. So there's that hardship and journey. And because of that progression, there's like that sense of reality because you can still die in that world. You're not no There's no skill that can like resurrect you. There's no like healing skills that can like make you somehow be invincible or something. No, that's why I prefer Grimgar Fantasy of Ash because it's like there's still that realism in there. My second world will basically be like ReZero. As long as you're not Subaru, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're
Don't
not
be-
super.
Yeah, just don't be the male protagonist. Just live your world and just live your life. You're pretty much normal there. And my third option, I guess it would be shoot. What else is the third option? If there's any. Hold on. What's that anime called again? Fudge.
Oh, Alec, perhaps you can
I don't-
help Mitsu recall that anime.
Yeah.
Alec
what,
is into
what anime
Isekai.
is that?
It's like,
What?
hold on.
What is the protagonist?
Like, what's it about?
Magic?
Like-
Does it involve magic? Does it involve what?
For some reason, my thoughts are somewhere else, but I don't know where it's going. it's like I'm
Chill.
thinking,
Chill.
thinking, but I don't know what I'm thinking. Oh no!
Like, what's the plot? What's the plot? That's it.
Fuck,
Yeah.
man! Holy shit!
all
What's
about?
going on in my brain
Aside
right now?
from dying and going to a different world, the
Aside
main
from-
plot.
Aside from being
Truck-kun,
aside from being
Bus-kun, or
bumped by Truck-kun and
Truck-kun.
Bus-kun.
Aside from being absorbed into a book, what? Your whole classroom goes to a different world. What?
Or aside from being pushed into the train line.
All right, I remember the anime now. It's not an anime, but rather a manga, an isekai manga that I've read like not so long ago. It's
God's
basically
Tower?
like you basically reincarnate as a sword, okay? And you're like this sword that can like take in abilities of the monsters you kill. Yeah, you're basically a sword, okay? You don't have a body, you're just a sword. And the thing there is that you get picked up by a female protag. So hey, that's a plus. You get picked up by a female protag, and you get like a dog as well along the journey. So yeah, I don't remember the name though. It's basically you're just a sword with with like
that one time I
abilities
got
that you can like take from
reincarnated as a
other
sword.
abilities.
Reincarnated
How about
as a
you,
sword.
Alec?
Not
Alec.
actually.
Ikaw, Alec.
Tenkin.
Okay. So, for me, for starters, this is like a full course meal
parang
for me.
mahaba to, no?
Full course for me. Now, I will be recommending Bofuri. I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max
Bofuri.
out my
Before
defense.
is good.
That's very cute for starters because the character, the main protagonist here is a girl. Cute girl. Very cute
You like
girl.
I
cute
sometimes
girls,
wonder
huh?
if she's a
Yes,
masochist.
of course.
You like cute girls, huh?
You like cute
Yeah.
girls? You'll enjoy World.
Bofuri. Yeah, Bofuri. And then eventually when you get to be more serious, I recommend somehow the Jobless Reincarnation. Jobless Reincarnation is really good anime for getting getting involved well into or Log Horizon. So that's
Yeah.
the feels.
Yes.
The feels of isekai talaga, the Log Horizon. And for the main dish talaga.
Main course.
Perhaps I'll recommend
What? Boku no Pico?
No.
no, of course. I guess the Gate.
Oh, gay.
Gate.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Actually,
That's
Gate has a little bit of
There's a lot
similarities
of.
with World Trigger.
This is pretty. Yeah.
yeah, Gate. Yeah.
Gate.
So because somehow you feel so much empowered because of course JDF's much more skillful
Technologically
no
advanced.
dun sa other world. So that's why ano, pero hindi naman siya more of like megalomaniac level as of
Like Overlord.
overlord. Pero Gate is just enough na
Hmm.
good digestive
I see. That's not actually
isekai.
parang it can be part of my honorable mention, no, yung Gate. I also like the Gate, no.
Yeah.
Gate's fun to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah, yes. No. Ayun.
I
So
wish
siguro
it has
sige, go ahead,
extended.
Alec.
No, okay lang. Okay.
Siguro to wrap up our session tonight, no. And to answer the title of our podcast, no, is Isekai as an anime genre
Okay.
the best or worst genre? What do you think, Carlo?
I'd say it will depend on the person.
Mm.
Kasi there might be people out there that doesn't like the idea of dying in our world, or like going from our world to a different world, and then like starting a new life there. I guess there are people that don't like that idea. But for me, if you're going to ask me, is it the best or the worst? I'd say I'd say it's the best. Because I like the idea of, let's say, like me. I'm a normal guy, nothing really doing in life. I'm like, I guess you could say I'm at the lowest hierarchy of people, like the nobodies, you could say. And then like from a nobody, something happens to me. I get transported to a different world, wherein in that world, actually, I'm actually the strongest, but I just don't know because I haven't started my journey yet. So yeah, for me it's the best.
How about you, Mitsu?
Like, let's try to define what is worst and best first. Okay? Like, let's put the definitions, alright? Like, some criteria. So, for me, when I characterize what consists to be a worst, it's like, there's plot holes, the characters are bland, okay? There's no dynamic interaction between relations. We don't know much about the characters because we're just focusing on boobs and fan service.
You have a point.
Yeah.
And like it's basically a power fantasy where there is no journey, there's no hardship going to becoming the strongest. Yes. But let's also take a criteria for the best. Like the possibilities are endless for isekai. You can think of many, many worlds, and it can be dynamic. It can be like our history, alternate history, or it can be a new entirely world with different biodiversity and different species and how cultures interact with each other. There. So there's also that criteria to think of. So if I think of whether isekai is the worst or the best, just for the flexibility as well as the possibilities of what it can produce, then I say it's the best because there's just so much things you can do in isekai that it's basically fantasy. Okay, it's basically just fantasy, but you're taking elements where you can see that this fantasy can happen if you go to like the afterlife because we don't know what happens when we die. So it's that wishful thinking that in your head you're like, maybe if I die, maybe just once, I would also have my own fan service.
I
But
see.
yeah,
Yeah, I get the point. For me naman, any anime genre can, can become the worst, no? If we're talking about the plot hole, character development, any type of genre, anime genre. But in terms of the potential of let's say character development, the plot and everything, isekai is one of the best genres of anime out there. Why? Because isekai can juggle and balance fantasy and reality. Kasi 'di ba, in isekai, the character will be transported from the real world, the world we are in right now, and to another different world, usually a fantasy type of world. So parang on that premise alone, the storyteller or the one who writes this anime or the script can have a lot of things to play at, no? Concepts, characters and all. So I think in terms of potential alone pa lang, no? Isekai is can be considered, I can consider personally as one of the best anime genres out there. How about you, Darren?
Ako siguro, for me, not necessarily yung isekai. Yun nga, isekai per se is not good or we cannot say it's best. Pero yun nga, tulad ng nasabi nyo before is yung plot hole, yung plot niya mismo. Kasi ever since, if I'm not mistaken, 1990s, nag-exist na yung isekai. Like, yun nga, Fushigi Yugi. Hindi lang siya nakakategorize as
Isekai.
isekai itself. So, parang based from dun sa mga animes na yun, we can tell na it's not about the genre na isekai itself that can determine if it's good or bad, but yung the story itself, tsaka yung
Storytelling.
tsaka yung yun nga, character development, mga twist, ganun. So, yeah.
Ayan. And of course, last but not the least, no? The Isekai Sensei. The Isekai Sama. The god of Isekai. Alec, go.
God of Ice. Well, I would really agree with with Darren. Kasi there are some isekai stories that are really boring. I mean, I'm looking for a conflict. Wala pa rin. I mean, 12 episodes na there's still no conflict na parang greater threat or something. Parang, yun na yun. Boring. By the God's grace. By the grace of the gods pala, sorry. By the grace of the gods. Yan, isa yan sa anime na parang, yun na yun, that's it. Parang, yun ya. I mean, the plot itself will really, parang it will just keep you occupied from a lot of things that you're worrying. Kasi if you're watching things na set on the reality pa rin, parang your stress is just still there, parang ganun. Pero if you're captured away from your world, parang for quite some time you're able to relax, think of other things na hindi mo nakikita, not present in your reality. So that's why I could say na I also agree with you, Errol, na siya. It could be a best because of a lot of potential that could happen for any type of story. Kasi nga, this is a fantasy, of course. Going to a different world is really, gives us a good opportunity for rewriting or creating. Pwedeng the plot is from the beginning is like shit, sorry for the word. Then eventually you, as the plot goes along, mas makikita mo yung development ng character na like ReZero, medyo nalulungkot ako doon kasi for quite some time I'm looking for the development of the character but wala parang zero talaga siya. So yun lang yung nakakalungkot
Same
for
pa rin.
that. Oo, same pa rin. Walang improvement. So kaya nga I stopped watching that because hindi
Wala
ko siya
wala nang
nagugustuhan.
progress.
Walang
Dragging,
progress.
Wala nang progress.
Yeah, exactly.
Parang repetitive na, pare-parehas na. I guess so.
Yun lang.
I have to agree to that. No? Ayun. So I think that's it, no? Once again, we would like to thank our guests tonight, no? Carlo
Thank you,
and
Carlo.
Thank you,
Mitsu.
Carlo.
Thank you
Thank you, Mitsu.
for
Thank you, Carlo.
for accepting our invite, no? By the way, before we end our podcast tonight, no? Let's plug in or promote our next episode, no? Episode 7. No, episode 7 is our second to the last episode, no?
Yeah, second to the last episode.
Season finale natin is episode 8 kasi we are alas 8 games. Everything involves at 8. Anyway,
yeah.
Our topic next week, no? Our podcast next week will be about something to do, a teaser lang muna. Something to do about relationships, no? Relationship again. No?
We're going back again to the relationship.
Yeah. The
first topic
Yeah.
First topic was about
First topic is about relationship. Once again, the next topic will be about relationship. So watch out for that, no? Check our Facebook page, no? ahg.tv or Facebook and AGTV. Facebook.com/ahgtv. Okay, so we
And
will
our
be
YouTube
posting.
channel as well.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. So watch out, no? So once again, this is Errol, Alec, and Darren. Thank you for watching. Thank you again, Carlo and Mitsu.
Thank you.
Okay? See you again next week. Make this your weekend habit. May pinopromote.
World
Your
Trigger talaga.
World Trigger.
World Trigger.
Sige. Papanoorin namin yan. See you again next
Let's
week.
Oh. See you
Bye-bye.
guys.
Paalam.
Bye-bye.